$799 in money to be exact. That does booger up the tip quite a bit when I don't have that little guard on there, but still does okay. Well, posted a video about a year ago of a long-term review of this thing. It's about a year into ownership, so this puts me right about at year number 2, and this thing has finally crapped out, which really sucks, but I was in the middle of a project when it decided to do that, and the project is somewhat time sensitive, so unfortunately I needed to buy a new one. I didn't want to buy this, but considering how long I kept this little $300 tool alive, it's actually $230 the time I got it, I think. It was probably just ready to die anyways, so that's not too much of a loss. Just sucks to have to spend money. $799 in money to be exact. 799 monies to be exact, but you know, I figured I'd do a little unboxing. Maybe this video will do well, it'll make me feel less bad, but either way, I'll be honest, because I honestly might just return this thing and pay the restocking fee. Go without a plasma cutter for a little while, we'll see. Thoroughly taped, and thoroughly styrofoamed. Little bumpers, there we have. This looks like a torch. It seems pretty high quality. Then we got the machine. Exactly like my multi-process machine. Oh, came with consumables, which means I could have saved 40 bucks. Damn it. Alright, well here's what comes with it. It has a pretty decent looking torch. I kind of like it. It's looks like it's got a built-in spacer tip. I wonder if that means it has pilot arc. We'll see. I didn't really read the box. I just needed a plasma cutter quickly. Now this connector appears to be proprietary, obviously, but that's not a big problem. Nice and beefy. Doesn't look like they skimped out on the contact pins here, so I'm excited about that. This is the 45 amp model. They also have a 65 amp, but that was kind of out of my price range. So this is the plug that comes with it, and it's got an adapter for the dual voltage. It does have dual voltage. The switch is right up here. So I'm going to be running it on 240 for this video, but it also has 110 as an option if you are interested. Now, looks like this is just a digital settings screen, which is much nicer than the one I used to have. I can tell that there's a much clearer screen back here, and this knob feels a little bit nicer than the other one did. But I mean, odds are they're very similar parts, I would imagine. But this one just feels flimsier. Not a big deal though. Kind of nitpicking. Other than that, it looks like a good machine. Now, the ground does look almost identical to the one on my other machine. It is pretty nice. They use that smaller twist lock connector for these, just like the rest of the welding machines Harbor Freight makes, or the titanium ones anyways. This grounding strap does look pretty nice though, so I'll probably leave that alone for now. Maybe I'll end up putting a vice grip on it, but it did come with a couple of electrodes and tips, so that's cool. And I'm not sure what this little copper thing is. Maybe that's like a tip cleaner or something, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing together, cut something with it. So setup here is real easy. This is your stinger, goes in, it's got a little notch on the top here. So you can see that needs to go to the top in line with the notch there. So just make sure those two are lined up and plug her in. Being careful not to bend these pins. Thankfully it is a big chunky connector. And then you just want to go ahead and screw this on there once it's plugged in all the way. And the ground is just a pretty standard twist lock. I'm really happy to say that this thing fits upright right underneath my welder on my cart, so that's pretty cool. So I did pop that top handle off, but that was just 2 screws, super easy. Fits perfectly up under here. Got the air hook up right here. Now unfortunately the power button is on the back, but it does have this nice little cover over it, so I'm probably just going to leave that on and plug and unplug it. So I fired it up and it wouldn't start. It just was running like an E04 on that screen is what it looked like, and F04, and sure enough, it's because I didn't have the air hooked up. So that's pretty neat. It's got its own diagnostic trouble codes on the front. So this will be cool. Here's a comparison to what that other cutter was doing right before it crapped out to the point where I couldn't get it to work anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and continue cutting the rest of this out. This is actually part of a video I was doing. I just had to stop because the plasma cutter went out. So I guess I'll continue that video from here and also finish cutting the rest of this out for the review. Now I went ahead and took off the trigger that I retrofitted to make it keep working, but this is just a comparison between the two torches, and the consumables and torch is a lot nicer on this Harbor Freight one than the cheapo Amazon one. That's Amoco brand, but there's tons of different cheap plasma cutters you can get on Amazon. They all seem to use pretty much the same torch, so this one definitely takes the cake there. It also feels just much more high quality, and I really like that about it. There does seem to be a slight delay when I pull the trigger, like it wants to give me a second to decide if I really want to cut there. I don't like that, but maybe I'll grow to enjoy it. I don't know, we'll see. It seems like it could save me from a mistake a time or two, so maybe that'll be nice. Now what I'm going to try to do is cut out this top piece after I disassemble the rest of the press. Got Stephen OK repair work. That does booger up the tip quite a bit when I don't have that little guard on there, but still does okay. Freehanded some stuff pretty good. That's just me messing up, but for the most part, the thing cuts really, really clean. Does leave a little dross on the other side, but that's not too bad. Other than that, if you want to see more cutting and me actually using the thing, you can check out this video here. If I can figure out how to put it right where I'm pointing, that'd be pretty cool. That'll be the build of me, you know, kind of redesigning the shop press over there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the thing the rest of the way up with the plasma cutter, which is what I'm gonna do now, but I think now's a good place to close out the unboxing video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So far I like the thing, and yeah, maybe that helped you consider whether or not you're gonna purchase it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. God bless.